Hello there you guys, welcome to another one of my live videos, and today I'm just going to be officially updating you on some more current latest transfer rumours and gossip. So according to the Italian press that reportedly, according to the media that reportedly Manchester United have put around a £30 million bidding for Nicolo Barella, the current Cagliari central midfielder. Reportedly he has been potentially a Chelsea target as well, reportedly as the player. He is aged 21 years of age, but reportedly it says in the media that Man United have reportedly put around a £30 million bidding for the player, but potentially Chelsea see him as a potential replacement for Cesc Fabregas, as we all know. So the full story behind this is the player's 21 years of age. Reportedly, his versatility is supposed to be very, very good as well. He's good reportedly at breaking up the play. He's been a full Italian international since last year, because he made his senior debut last year, the player, and he does potentially play for Cagliari, does the player, so he's an Italian midfielder, but reportedly he can operate as a defensive midfielder, he can play as an attacking midfielder, he can play as a central midfielder, he can operate as a defensive midfielder, as I said, but I think his preferred position is the right hand side, is the current player, so his versatility is very, very reportedly his stamina is good, he's technically very, very good indeed. He's got a wide range of skills, as this Nicolo Barella as well, this player, but reportedly Man United have put a £30 million bidding for the player reportedly, but his versatility would be very, very beneficial, because as I did say, there's key areas in our squad, potentially we do need to strengthen up. As I did say, we need a central defender, we need a centre defensive mid. I think potentially we need someone on the right as well, and this Nicola Barella can actually play on the right. He can play as a defensive mid, he can play as an attacking midfielder, and he can play as a central midfielder as well, can the play. So his versatility is very, very good, is the player's indeed. But reportedly he has got a contract with Cagliari until 2022, but reportedly he's rated at around up to £45 million is the player, but he's only age 21, so he's very, very young, as we all know, so he's still got a lot of years ahead of him, and it would be good to come and see him experience the Premier League, and some of his stats look very, very good. He's obviously a good box-to-box midfielder as well as the player, and I think he complement our midfield very, very well, and in saying that he can operate as a defensive midfielder as well, that's one of the key areas where potentially Manchester United do need to strengthen up, because potentially Matic is dramatically improved under Solskjaer. We know his passing is very, very good. He looks effective in his passing, does Matic, but we all know how slow he is, and he doesn't have any tempo to his game, potentially. But I think under Solskjaer, he's showed good distribution. He's been getting forward more as the Nemanja Matic. And as I said, Fellaini is very, very slow as well. I don't know how he fits in the new Manchester United regime, to be quite honest with you. So I think, potentially Marian Fellaini is going to be leaving Manchester United, but he has been here since 2013. But as I did say, Man United have got a lot of potential targets, they would like to get in, as we all know. Potentially Solskjaer did confirm he was going to have discussions with Ed Woodward about potentially signings in this January transfer window, and have discussions about this window. Potentially Ole Gunnar Solskjaer confirmed he doesn't expect Man United to make any signings in this window. He also confirmed that Solskjaer, he says it's unlikely that Man United will make any signings in this window. He has confirmed, but it did say last year reportedly he was going to get around a £50 million spending spree to spend in this January transfer window. Was Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, because we're looking very, very good so far. 5 wins out of 5 at the moment, 16 goals scored. As we more currently know in the process, and as I did say, I think Rashford's mainly number 9, as I currently have confirmed to you. I know he can play on the left or throughout the middle, but I think he's mainly number 9, and he's nearly made 150 appearances at just the age of 21, as we all know, and he's progressing up the ranks, very, very well. He's been in United player since the age of 7, Lukaku 3 goals in his last 3 games, and I think he's going to dramatically improve under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer as Lukaku. We know he's slow as well as Matic is, but, I think, everyone has concerns about his first touch, as we all know. But I think, he will dramatically improve under Solskjaer. I think Martial's mainly in left winger. I think Pogba, he's better in the number 10 position, just behind the striker. Is Paul Pogba, to be quite honest with you. And he's been very, very effective. He's like 2 plays in one when he's playing like that. And he's played very, very well under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, Paul Pogba. So potentially he's a player that can be on 12 to 15 goals a season, when he's potentially, in that kind of form, Paul Pogba. But as I did say, there's still key areas in our squad that we do need to address, as we all know, that do need addressing in our team. We know we've been linked, with a lot of central defenders, as we all know. A lot of United fans would like to see Koulibaly come in. But yeah, this Nicolo Barella, as I've just said, I've seen some of his statistics, and, they look very, very good. Some of his stats. Reportedly, he's good at regaining possession. His determination to win possession straight back is very, very good. Reportedly, he's good at breaking up the play. He's versatile as the player. Reportedly, he's got good technique. He reads the game very, very well. His vision's reportedly supposed to be very, 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 very good as the players as well. He plays for Cagliari. Reportedly, Chelsea have also been interested in him because obviously Sarri has confirmed he potentially wants a replacement for Cesc Fabregas, because potentially Chelsea could see quite a few of their players go. You know, Gary Cahill has reportedly been linked to a move to Fulham. Callum Hudson, as I did say, I think he's going to be going. Morata's going to be definitely going, as we all know. Eden Hazard's future still uncertain at Stamford Bridge. As we all know, so Chelsea will want replacements. Sarri basically wants to strengthen his front line up. I think he does want a backer. We know they've got Pulisic confirmed for the for next season. Well, he'll be officially playing, for Chelsea next season. But as I did say, they've targeted Nicolo Barella as a replacement for Cesc Fabregas, because it's confirmed that Cesc Fabregas has made his farewell bid appearance, against Nottingham Forest in the Cup. So now Cesc Fabregas has made 501 and over 500 appearances in his football, and he has been a good servant in English football. He's broken several club records as Cesc Fabregas, as we all know. And potentially, he's been very, very good indeed. He's won quite a lot of silverware as Cesc Fabregas, but we all know he hasn't been a regular for Chelsea this season. He's hardly played this season for Chelsea. I think he's got 5 or 6 months left on his deal. There's been a few teams interested in him, as I said, but it's looking likely that Fabregas is going to be making the move to Monaco, as it has confirmed. He's going to be making the move to Monaco because potentially it did confirm from Sky Sports reporting that he's been over to Monaco to hold potential talks about potentially, making a move to Monaco, and it's looking like he's going to be reuniting with Thierry Henry at Monaco, because he used to play together, during Fabregas' time at Arsenal, and obviously Thierry Henry time at Arsenal as well. But Fabregas has served, about 12, 13 years in English football, as we all know. He has lost the pace a little bit now, as Cesc Fabregas, as we all know, because obviously now he is age 31, he's Cesc Fabregas. He's grown and developed, very, very well, and now he's made over 500 appearances in English football, and obviously Sarri wants to identify a suitable replacement for Cesc Fabregas. As we all know, and he's targeted Nicolo Barella. But as I said, Cesc Fabregas, he joined Arsenal at just the age of 16, very, very young in his prime, as we all know. Left Barcelona, he had 8 years of Arsenal winning the FA Cup with them. Then he had a 3-year spell with Barcelona where he was playing alongside Xavi and Iniesta, and I think, was it Xavi, something like that. And he potentially won the La Liga, the Copa del Rey when he was at Barcelona, La Liga, Copa del Rey, 2 Spanish Cups. He won the Super Cup and he won the FIFA Club World Cup, during his 3-year tenure with Barcelona. And since he's been at Chelsea now, Chelsea, I think, paid £30 million for him. I think, he's won 2 Premier Leagues with Chelsea, the FA Cup, and he won the League Cup in his first season as well. He says Fabregas has also won the European Championship twice, FIFA Club World Cup with Spain in 2010 as well. So he is a proven winner, says Fabregas, and he was in tears because he was making his farewell bid appearance. And yeah, it's looking likely he's going to be going to Monaco, he says Fabregas. So potentially Chelsea, I think, are still interested in getting someone in their defensive line. So potentially Sarri does reportedly want to strengthen his defensive lineup as well. But there's key areas where he does want to strengthen up. But yeah, they've targeted Nicolo Barella. He's a Cagliari midfield. He's Italian. He's the player. He's only 21 years of age, and he's still young in his prime. Reportedly, the player has got good physical attributes. He said, "My club, Manchester United, have rivaled Chelsea, and reportedly Man United have put around a £30 million bidding for the player, and he is only 21 years of age." And to quite honest with you, I've never heard of this player, but I've just read some of his stats up, and they look very, very impressive indeed. He can play anywhere in the midfield, can the play? So his versatility, would be very, very beneficial, for us indeed. And I said, I think Paul Pogba plays well in an attacking midfield position, Man United in a number 10. But this Nicolo Barella actually can play in an attacking midfielder position as well. So you could use him in an attacking midfield position. But I think Nicolo Barella, as a favoured role, is actually the right-hand side midfield position as this player. But he's only 21 years of age, so he has got a lot of years ahead of him. But potentially Chelsea have targeted him as a potential replacement for Cesc Fabregas, as we all know. But other Chelsea transfer news to update you on, reports have been potentially coming out today regarding Chelsea as well, that Callum Hudson, the young 18-year-old who has failed to agree a new contract with Chelsea. He has reportedly confirmed this Callum Hudson that reportedly he wants to join Bayern Munich, because Bayern Munich, as I did tell you, they've got quite a few aging up players at Bayern Munich, as we all know. Potentially they've got Lewandowski that's aging up. I think he's 30, 31, Lewandowski, though they've got Arjen Robben who's aging up, and he's known for injuries anyway, and he's an injury-prone player. He's Arjen Robben, as we all know, and they've obviously got Frank Ribery as well, who's aging up. So, they want some firm into their squad, the Bayern Munich, and reportedly they have been interested in Callum Hudson. And reportedly, Callum Hudson has reportedly told the Chelsea director that he does actually want to leave Chelsea and go and join Bayern Munich. Bayern Munich have been linked with the player, as we all know, because he hasn't been getting enough first-team football this season with Chelsea, as the current player, Callum Hudson. Reportedly, so far, Bayern Munich have put a £15 million bid in. Reportedly, they've put a £20 million bid in, and reportedly it has been turned down, these two bids by Chelsea, but reportedly Bayern Munich coming with a third bid for Callum Hudson in the region of around £30 million, and he's, of course, only 18 years of age, but he hasn't been playing much this season for Chelsea. Now, obviously, they've confirmed the signing of Pulisic. He could obviously fall down the pecking order even more. You've got Eden Hazard there, as I said. Chelsea fans are convinced now, obviously. They've got the signing of Christian Pulisic guaranteed, £58 million fee had been agreed, and he is only 20 years of age, is Pulisic. So I think he'll grow and develop very, very well under Sarri, to be quite honest with you. I think he'll mould under Sarri, because he has proven himself very, very well in Germany with Borussia Dortmund. But it's going to be interesting to see how Pulisic fits in the Chelsea team, whether he's going to play more centrally, whether he's going to play on the wing or not, I do not know, but I think he'll be a good player because he can score goals, he can provide. Pulisic has obviously been in and out of the team this season anywhere, but Borussia Dortmund did confirm they weren't willing to officially let him go in this window, so this is the reason why he's been potentially loaned back to Borussia Dortmund until the end of the season. But with Dortmund, he's won the German Cup in 2017, he's spent 4 seasons there, I think he's made 115 appearances in all competitions, I think he's made 81 of them in the Bundesliga, I think he's played in like 20 or just a bit more than 20 in the games in the Champions League as well, and he's only 20 years of age, and Chelsea will get a lot of years out of him, and it will be good for him, to experience the Premier League, as we all currently know. Some people may think he'll become a flop. I don't know. He may do. He may not do. But under Sarri, I think he may grow and develop Christian Pulisic. But now Chelsea have confirmed that signing, as I currently said. Chelsea have confirmed that signing. Reportedly, Chelsea fans are convinced that Eden Hazard could leave their club. Chelsea fans have been convinced that he could leave their club. Now, obviously, Christian Pulisic has come in, but potentially we know recently in the Premier League that Sarri has mainly been putting Eden Hazard up front on his own in a false number 9 position, as we all know recently in the Premier League, as we all know, Sarri. But Eden Hazard is definitely Chelsea's best player without a doubt. People say obviously he's overrated, Eden Hazard, as we all know, but his close ball control's very, very good. He's very, very good in the air, and he's scored, like over 100 goals now for Chelsea as Eden Hazard. But we know that Chelsea have been in contract talks. There's been no signing of him yet signing a new contract with Chelsea, Eden Hazard, but he has been constantly linked with a move to Real Madrid, as we all currently know. As Eden Hazard, he has been linked with a move to Real Madrid, and he did admit before that he loved Real Madrid, did Eden Hazard, as currently Eden Hazard did admit. So whether he stays or whether he goes, I do not know, but as I said, he's got a lot of tenacity about his playing, his tenacious, and he's a very, very good player. But as I said, he's now in his mid-20s, he's Eden Hazard, so potentially Chelsea will probably see Pulisic as a long-term replacement for Eden Hazard anywhere. But as I said, he hasn't committed his future yet, Eden Hazard. But Chelsea obviously, Sarri is looking to bolster his front line, as we all currently know. So potentially, obviously, Chelsea have been targeting Gonzalo Higuain, as we all know. That's been coming out in the press for like the last month or so now. The narrative on this reportedly that it's been the narrative about it that reportedly there's been talks of Morata and Gonzalo Higuain reportedly as a potential swap deal reportedly. So potentially we know that Alvaro Morata now is out of favour at Stamford Bridge. As we all currently know, because he isn't getting the game time that he wants. He hasn't met the expectation levels since he's gone to Chelsea, Alvaro Morata, and obviously he's no longer Sarri's number 1 choice in the squad. He even prefers Giroud, or he even plays Giroud over Alvaro Morata. Does Sarri? That is Sarri's preferred choice, and Morata is falling down the pecking order, as we all know, and he feels unhappy at Stamford Bridge. So I think potentially he will be going, but there's been reports coming out saying that Sevilla have also expressed their interest in Morata. But there's been talks of him going to AC Milan on loan. There's been talks of him going to Milan and Higuain going to Stamford Bridge. There has been a lot of talks about that, as I've been updating you on that as well. But Morata hasn't met the expectations, and Chelsea expected a hell of a lot more out of him. As we all know, considering that all in all, he is a very, very good player, very, very good number 9. Because when he was young in his prime, he proved it very, very well with Real Madrid. He was good at Real Madrid, when he was young in his prime, Alvaro Morata, to be quite fair, he was very, very good. He spent a lot, majority of his playing career there. He had two seasons, with Juventus as well, where did very, very well. But he just hasn't proven it at Chelsea, and Chelsea paid £60 million for Alvaro Morata, as we all know, but he hasn't really delivered the goods, as we all know. But I think Gonzalo Higuain's 31 years of age now. He's obviously AC Milan on loan. Milan have got the option to permanently buy him in the summer, so he permanently signs for AC Milan. He hasn't got that long left in his career, considering that, he is age 31 now. Chelsea are keen on getting him in for Alvaro Morata. There's been talks of the swap deal between Morata and Gonzalo Higuain, but Sarri is obviously keen on reuniting with Gonzalo Higuain, as we all know, because Sarri obviously used to work with Gonzalo Higuain, as we all know, during, Gonzalo Higuain's time at Napoli, when Gonzalo Higuain, was young in his prime, as we all know. And he had 3 fantastic years there. He had 6 great years with Real Madrid, when he was young in his prime as well. Did Gonzalo Higuain, scored loads and loads of goals. And he's a proven prolific goal scorer, is this Gonzalo Higuain. He's a very, very good, efficient finisher. He's good with both feet, and he leads the lines fantastically well. And I think he would guarantee Chelsea goals, because he's proven it everywhere he's been. I know he's never, played in the Premier League, and he's very, very agile as well. He's the player, very tenacious, got a lot of tenacity about his play, as we all currently know. But yeah, Chelsea have targeted him, and actually, he had 3 good years with Napoli. Then he went to Juventus. He did well with Juventus as well. Juventus paid, was it £70-80 million for him? Most expensive South American player of all time at that moment in time, before obviously Neymar had made the move to PSG from Barcelona, as we all know. But yeah, he's now at Milan on loan, as we all know. So potentially Chelsea, of course, have been heavily linked with Gonzalo Higuain. So there's been a lot of talks going on. The narrative's been going on about that, for the last month now, as we all know. We know there's still been reports, coming out as well about Hirving Lozano. He's been another potential Chelsea target as well, as Hirving Lozano. As I updated you the other day, he's 23 years of age. Is this Hirving Lozano? Reportedly during the course last summer, his performances for Mexico were very, very good indeed with the players. Reportedly, it did say Chelsea were preparing to put around a £36 million bidding for the player, but his versatility is reportedly very, very good, and he's been scoring goals this season very, very well for PSV. Reportedly, he's been at PSV since 2017, and reportedly, he's got a very, very impressive Eredivisie record, since he's been at PSV, and he's been at PSV since 2017, so this is his second or third season, whatever, something like that. I think it's his second season now with PSV, something like that. But yeah, it did say Chelsea were preparing to put £36 million bidding for Hirving Lozano, because he actually can play on both flanks. He actually can play as a forward as well, can the player. But I think a few other teams have expressed their interest in him. But according to Raiola, who hasn't got a great relationship with Chelsea recently, anywhere, Raiola's confirmed he was obviously Hirving Lozano's representative agent. He's currently confirmed as Raiola that currently the player will not leave PSV this month. So that could be a huge blow for Chelsea, as we all currently know. But yeah, that's some Chelsea's transfer news to update you with. So potentially, the recent name has been mentioned. Man United have reportedly put a £30 million bid in for him as well. He's called Nicolo Barella. He's a Cagliari midfielder. He's only age 21, so he is still young. He's very, very young in his prime. Reportedly, he's got good physical attributes. His composure is good. He reads his game well. Reportedly, he's very, very good at breaking up the play. He's a player, what about if he starts? His versatility is supposed to be very, very good, and he can operate anywhere in the midfield, but I think his preferred role is actually on the right-hand side midfield position as well. But you can play him as a defensive mid, it said. You can play him as an attacking midfielder, this player, and he can play central midfielder, attacking mid, defensive mid. He's very, very box to box as well as the player as well, so you can put him as a box to box midfielder. So yeah, it says reportedly Man United have put around a £30 million bid in for the player as well. It has confirmed. But as we give you an update, Solskjaer confirmed he doesn't think Man United will make any signs in this January window. We know potentially we do need signs because we spent like over £400 million, obviously on like 11 players, and we know Solskjaer's getting the best out of them at the moment. And I think, Solskjaer's admitted he'd love the job on a full-time basis. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, I'd love the job on a full-time basis. He says it would be hard for him to leave Manchester United, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. And this is what Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's explained. As we all know, he says it would be hard for him to leave Manchester United because he loves the club. He knows the culture of the club. He knows the traditions of the club, and he knows the club inside out. As we all know, I think he likes the attacking philosophy. He likes the width, as we all currently know. And what he's I think our expectations is to get top four. That's our expectations, is top four this season. So we want to get in that top four position. As we all know, we know still Arsenal and Chelsea, of course, are fighting for that top four position, but we want to get top four in the Premier League this season. Top four still on, without a shadow of a doubt. I think our best chance of any silverware this season is potentially, probably the FA Cup, because I don't think, we are going to potentially, win the Champions League, to be quite honest with you. So I think, we've got a chance of winning the FA Cup. It's the draw tonight for the FA Cup. I'm getting told it was tonight, but yeah, if it is, we will be watching that draw, that FA Cup fourth round draw. As I said, we won. We beat Reading by 2-0, as I did say. In the third round, it was a lackluster performance. But it was our second 11. We didn't have our best team out, as we all know. As Ole Gunnar Solskjaer confirmed, he made 9 changes in the game. As we all know, he did say he was going to give everybody a chance. He was going to be rotating, and he's obviously he's giving the youth product a chance as well. And I think the youth are going to grow and develop under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, to be quite honest with you. And I think the team are going to flourish under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer because his style of play is absolutely fantastic indeed, as we all know. It wasn't a good performance against Reading, but all that matters is we got the win. Reading had their chances, Reading, just weren't clinical enough in the final third, as we all know. But as I said, it was a lacklustre performance from our second 11. Solskjaer said you can't ask for fancy football every time, as he did currently say. And essentially, yeah, he said he's seen better performances, did Solskjaer, but we're obviously a team, that's never played together as an 11, as currently Solskjaer confirmed. There's still been some players, struggling for match fitness, as we all know, because obviously Sanchez just recently come back from a hamstring injury, as we all know. I think there's still areas of Sanchez's game, that he does need to adapt, as we all know. But as I said, as he gets more game time under his belt, I think Sanchez, will, dramatically improve. Lukaku's improving at the moment. 3 goals in his last 3 games, 2 of them from substitutes, scoring 1 against Reading as well, which was good to see. Fred, for me, needs more potential game time, in my opinion, to get playing to his potential level. We paid £50 million for him last summer, Fred, as we all know, but I think he needs potentially more game time, under his belt, does Fred, as we all know. But potentially, we've got a lot of players coming to the end of the contract, as we all know, and I still think, potentially, there's players, that could leave Manchester United. Of course, we've got Valencia, 33, Ashley Young, of course, who's 33, as well. They're 33. They're coming to the end of their careers soon, as we all know. Ashley Young's been here about 7-8 years, is it something like that? Valencia's been here like 10 years now, or something like that. Yeah, so potentially there's been no sign of Ashley Young as yet, signing an extension with Man United. We know he's mainly our first right back choice, is Ashley Young. Obviously did play against left back against Reading in the cup, but he mainly gets selected at right back, does Ashley Young. But there's been no sign of him as yet signing an extension with Manchester United, Ashley Young, as we all know. And potentially Valencia as well. He's been in and out of the team this season. He's hardly even played this season, Antonio Valencia. And he's been here like 10 years now, is it? Something like that. We got him from Wigan, and he's obviously won everything here, just like Ashley Young's won everything here, of course, apart from the actual UEFA Champions League. As we all know, they've both made over 300 senior appearances for the club of Young and Valencia. But I would bring Diego Dalot in at that right back position anyway, if that was me. But Solskjaer has said, he knows the club anyway, because he's worked with some of the players, in the reserve team. He was a great player for 11 years, as we all know. He's got 126 goals in like 300 odd appearances in all competitions, as we all know. But we know, obviously, the club is still recruiting, to get a full-time manager in at the end of the season. We know there's been talks about, Pochettino coming in as number 1 choice. Pochettino is the number 1 choice. He is the favourite to come in if Solskjaer doesn't get a job on a full-time basis. and we know that Zinedine Zidane has been mentioned as well. But saying about Pochettino, I just don't think Pochettino will come in because potentially I think he's happy at Tottenham. He's fully committed to Tottenham. As we all know, he hasn't won out in terms of silverware with Tottenham, Mauricio Pochettino, but I think he understands the philosophy. He's good at developing young players, and he knows about the Premier League, does Mauricio Pochettino, as we all know. And he's only spent a net spend of like £50 million since like 2014, when he actually joined Tottenham, Mauricio Pochettino. But he's aware of the speculation that he has been linked with the managerial position, at Manchester United. Reportedly, Ed Woodward has been in transfer talks with Mauricio Pochettino, but the summer signings of what signings Pochettino would like to make if he does come in the summer. He actually indicated Man United to go sign James Maddison for £17 million, reportedly from Leicester as well. And he has said he'd love to win the Champions League with Spurs one day. Mauricio Pochettino did say that as well. But reportedly, Manchester United have been in discussions with Mauricio Pochettino as well about potentially coming to manage Manchester United, full time at the end of the season. But I just don't think he'll leave Tottenham. He's got a very, very good Tottenham squad, as we all know. And I think he could gain silverware with them one day. He may need to get a couple, player or two, in this transfer window, Mauricio Pochettino, of course. So, yeah, see what happens. But yeah, as I did say, we're linked with quite a few. We're linked with quite a few other players. As we all currently know in the process, we know that a lot of Manchester United fans, would like Barella, to come into the club because I love Barella. I think he's a great central defender. He's strong, he's quick, he's tenacious, he's very, very good in the air, and he's a great defender. Is the player, and he reads his game well. He's got a lot of tenacity about his play. He's very, very tenacious. He's the player as well. He's under contract with Napoli till 2023. Some bookmakers think Man United could actually get a deal over the line this month for the player. Some bookmakers think it will happen. I don't think it will happen because potentially the Napoli president has actually confirmed that the Napoli president that they are reluctant to sell him in this window and they are not willing to do any business in this January transfer window for Koulibaly. It would take a bid in the excess of around £100 million at least anywhere to get Koulibaly. As I currently said, Napoli only paid £7 million for him from Genk. Of course, he's never played in the Premier League and he's good in the air also, and he's 27 years of age, so we still potentially will get a lot of years out of him. Man U have been in discussions. Ed Woodward has been in discussions. He's approached the Napoli officials, before. And Man United so far have had 3 bids turned down for the player. The recent one was a £95 million bid that had been turned down for Koulibaly. But yeah, very, very good player indeed. But we do have other players, that we're linked with at the back as well. We know there's been talks about Eddie Metelio, the young Porto central defender. Reportedly, his performances in Portugal have been very, very good this season, impressive, and his performances in the Champions League have reportedly, been very, very impressive according to the media. He's a Brazilian international, as we all know. He's been a full Brazilian international, since 2018 when he made his senior debut for the Brazilian team. In 2018, it said reported Liverpool have been interested in him. It also said Real Madrid have also been interested in him, the player. Well, Liverpool did address their deficiencies, defensively anywhere, because potentially that sign of Virgil van Dijk for £75 million, improved Liverpool defensively, as we all know. But I think we need to address our defensive line, Manchester United. Arsenal definitely need to address their defensive line, as we all know. But yeah, Eddie Metelio, he's only 20 years of age, so he's still very, very young in his prime. His versatility is good because he can operate in different positions at the back. He can play as centre back, he can play as a full back, and I think he can actually operate as a defensive midfielder. This Eddie Militao. But as I said, he's got a 4-year deal left on his current deal with Porto. He's got a 40-odd million release clause. Porto only got him, of course, last summer as well. So yeah, reportedly Manchester United have been linked with him as well. We know there's been talks about, that Ed Woodward has identified 2 potential Manchester United targets, which is Inter Milan's Milan Skriniar, again very young, his prime, only 23 years of age, and Koulibaly, as I've just been negotiating with you as well. But yeah, we know potentially this Milan Skriniar has been mentioned as well. He's been at Inter Milan since 2017. He is Slovakian. And reportedly, he's got good physical attributes about him. Reportedly, his performances for Inter Milan have been quite good. as yet. Reportedly, there's been no sign of him signing a new deal with Inter Milan, of course. I think he's made like over 60 odd appearances since he joined Milan back in 2017, the player. But he is Slovakian. He got Slovakian. He got nominated the best under 21 Slovakian player back in 2016. Did the player as well, Milan Skriniar. Reportedly, it maybe will cost us in the region of £60 million or more to get Milan Skriniar. But we definitely do need someone in defence because we haven't been doing well this season at the back. We have kept 2 clean sheets, under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer so far, as we all know. But we've had injury problems this season, especially at the back as well. And we've still got Chris Smalling injured at the moment. We've still got Rojo and that injured at the moment. So potentially we do need to address our defensive line, as we all know. But as I did say, we are linked with quite a few players. I think, Lindelof's doing very, very well at the back this season, when he has been fully match fit. Bailly's been in and out of the team. Bailly hasn't played much this season, to be quite honest with you. There has been potential rumours of him going, as we all know, Bailly. But as I did say, I think we need someone who's going to complement the likes of Bailly and Lindelof, in our centre-back position. And I think Koulibaly would do it fantastically well. Maybe Milan Skriniar would do it fantastically well. As we all currently know, but we know there's been talks about a few others. Kostas Manolas has been mentioned as well. Kostas Manolas is a Roma player. He's a central defender. He's Greek and he's aged 27 years of age. Reportedly, is this player. Reportedly last year, he recently hired Raiola. He recently hired Raiola to be his current representative. I think he just recently hired him last year, something like that. Did the Roma central defender. But yeah, Man United have been linked to him reportedly. Raiola's reportedly held talks with Manchester United over getting a deal over the line for Kostas Manolas. He's got a release clause in his current deal of around £32 million, as we all know. Manchester United are potentially looking to activate that release clause the current player has got. As I said, he's a central defender. He's very disciplined. He's the player. He's an ex-Athens and he's an ex-Olympiacos player as well as this player. But reportedly Manchester United have been linked to him. Reportedly, Man United are working on the deal with Raiola because Raiola has worked on previous deals, with he's worked on deals with Ibrahimovic and Lukaku and Pogba and Mkhitaryan and all that. So he has worked on them deals in the past as Raiola, but he's currently in the process we're working on this deal with Raiola, to get Kostas Manolas in the team. Reportedly, it did say Man United are looking to trigger his £32 million release clause and potentially offer him around £6 million per year. There were some reports, and a report from Greek actually suggested out that Man United were in talks of getting him to Old Trafford in the summer. But there was some reports saying that bookies have favoured Man United to get him in this January transfer window. I don't see why we can't sign him in this January transfer window because potentially we desperately do need a central defender in our squad, as we more currently know. But yeah, we have been linked with him as well, and he's age 27, and he's quite tall as well. He's the player. We know that Toby Alderweireld's been mentioned as well. Obviously, 25 million release clause in the summer. He's Premier League proven, as I did say. He's lost the pace a little bit. I do have reservations, about Toby Alderweireld. As we all know, I do have reservations about him. I think he's got a bit slower, but as I did say, he can prove to be a world-class central defender. Obviously, there's been no signs of him signing a new contract with Tottenham. I think he is going to be leaving Tottenham in the summer. Tottenham have extended his current contract till 2020, as we all know, Toby Alderweireld. But I think he'd be a good leader in our back line. We still have other options, in our back line. As we all know, we've got Smalling and Rojo as good backup options. As we all know, and Rojo, his versatility at the back's good because he can play in quite a few positions, in our back line, can Marcus Rojo and all that. But yeah, Toby Alderweireld, I think he'd lead the lines at the back for us very, very well. He has lost the pace a little bit, as we all know. But yeah, he's got a 25 million release clause for the summer as Alderweireld, as we all know. So we know potentially Manchester United have been linked with him as well. So we've got a few potential targets, on our radar, who we've been linked with. In the past, we've been linked with even Leicester City's Aaron Maguire. We've been linked with Jerome Boateng in the past. These are the signings, some of these signings that Jose Mourinho wanted to get in whilst he was Man United manager. But of course, we didn't get him in. We only got 3 players last summer. And obviously the board weren't backing some of Jose Mourinho's signings, that he basically wanted to get into the club, as we all know. But as I just said, what's been mentioned in the media, guys, about Nicolo Nicolo Barella, as I said, is a Cagliari midfielder. He's an Italian player. He's only aged 21 years of age. Reportedly, have put a bid in of around £30 million. He's a Chelsea target as well. Chelsea obviously want him as a replacement for Cesc Fabregas, as we all know. But, you know, if Chelsea were to get him, they'd have to hope, would Chelsea, you know, he would hit the ground running for Chelsea. Or there is concerns, you know, around Chelsea fans and Sarri and all that, because they know how good Fabregas was, and they know how good he grew and developed in his career, you know, in English football. He's been an amazing player, as we all know. But as I said, Fabregas looking likely he's going to Monaco, and he's going to play in France with Monaco, and he's going to be reuniting with Thierry Henry as well, is the player. But as I said, this Nicolas Barella, as I said, he's Italian. He made his full international debut back in 2018 last year, did the player. And reportedly, he's under contract with Cagliari until 2022. And he is very, very young indeed. He's same age as Marcus Rashford, is this player. I haven't watched much of him, to be quite honest with you, but of some of the stats I've read about him, his versatility is very, very good. Do you think he'd complement the Manchester United team well if you put him in the mix alongside Pogba and Matic and Herrera and all that? Do you think he'd be a good standout player? But his versatility looks very, very good indeed, does these players. And reportedly, he's good at breaking up the play. He's good at regaining possession quick. So his determination to win the possession looks very, very good as well. Reportedly, he's got a wide range of skills as well as the player. So he's supposed to be a very, very good, skillful player. He's tenacious. He's got a lot of tenacity about his play, reportedly. As well, he's a good passer of the ball, which is always beneficial. And I said, one of the key areas of the defensive midfield position where we do need to strengthen up, he can play anywhere in the midfield, reportedly, and he can operate as a defensive mid. So that is actually one of the key areas where we do need to strengthen up, because Matic is doing very, very well at the moment under Solskjaer. But as I said, he's slow, and we need someone who's fast and tenacious in that central defensive midfield, as every Manchester United fans knows. I updated you earlier on, didn't I, guys? I give you a bit of an update about Arsenal's transfer rumours, of what we're going on with them. Of course, I've already updated you, but my opinion is Arsenal obviously haven't been, you know, with the had Arsene Wenger, you know, obviously they haven't been getting the right amount of money, you know, to spend on players, just like Man U, us, City and Liverpool, you know, in the last couple of, you know, in the past few years, you know, we've, you know, been getting, you know, rich owners and stuff like that. And all that, but you know, Arsenal haven't been getting, you know, the right amount of funds to spend, you know, on players, you know, that they currently want, Arsenal. But as I did say, Umrembe has made it clear he potentially wants to get one or two signings in this January transfer window, as he already has confirmed. I've already updated you on that. We will be updating a bit more on that later on. We'll give you a bit more of Arsenal's transfer rumours if all else updates, as I currently said. But yeah, they haven't been getting the right amount of money. Now under Umrembe, they haven't been getting the right amount of funds to spend on players they want. They didn't get it under Arsene Wenger, so they have been frustrated of Arsenal with the lack of investment they have been putting out in transfer windows. As we all know, they did get 5 players last summer, and I think Lacazette and Aubameyang are 2 great signings for them when they got them last summer. They've been doing really, really well, and they've been leading the lines for Arsenal really, really well. But they do need more. Umrembe is confirmed. He wants a centre half. I think he wants a winger, as well as Umrembe has confirmed. So we will update you later on a bit more of Arsenal's transfer rumours of what are going on. So anyway, this is about this Nicolo Barella. I said he's a 21-year-old midfielder. He plays for Cagliari. If that you pronounce the team's name, I think it's Cagliari. It must be something like that. But yeah, and he's potentially been a Chelsea target as well. So anyway, drop your comments, likes below on the channel. If you do consider subscribe to the channel, I'll be back more live soon with some more live videos. So take care, God bless, and I'll see you all again very, very soon.